Welcome into the WTOL 11 studios. I am Tyler Segerman. We are getting ready for another edition of the Summit Nationals in Norwalk. And to help promote the event this weekend, I am pleased to be joined by reigning two-time Funny Car World Champion Austin Prock. Austin, appreciate you coming back here and sharing some perspective. Let's talk about you just winning here last year, because I imagine going to tracks you've won at shapes your perspective a little differently. What does winning last year do for you going into this weekend?
Well, we kind of know that our combination will work. This year's a little bit different because we did switch teams at the end of the year. So, we have a great race car right now. We've had an opportunity to win probably the last 4 events. The race car is really starting to come around and show its true performance. So, getting a win here last year was my first win in Norwalk, and this is kind of a race that everybody wants to win. The iconic ice cream scoop that you get winning the Norwalk Nationals is always a big deal. So looking forward to coming here and defend my title. Yeah,
you mentioned all of the aura that comes around this racing. I mean, it's really a festivity other than just there's a race happening there as well. What makes that track and the city so special when it comes to this circuit?
Well, the Bader family does an outstanding job hosting this event. Their facility is beautiful. It's clean. I always say that the ice cream's great, the concessions are great, and the racing's even better. So it's a great track surface. The weather looks promising this weekend. That's always a little bit iffy this time of year, being close to the lake like that. Weather looks great, and we're looking forward to putting on a great show.
Yeah, you mentioned building momentum. You got your first win of the season 2 weeks ago in Maryland. It seems that, like you mentioned, the car has been running well of late. How does that kind of help you going into a race, knowing you guys have had good performances in recent years?
Well, it definitely just gives you a little bit more confidence, coming in and knowing you have an opportunity to win. And we're still building this program. We're still getting better each and every weekend. And, I told my boss, Bob Tasca, earlier this week, I said this is going to be our best performance of the year. So looking to go in there, make some good qualifying runs, hopefully qualify number 1, and go on and win the Wally and the ice cream scoop at the end of the weekend.
Absolutely. You mentioned switching teams because that was a big storyline for you going into this season. What's it like having your dad as the crew chief here?
It's great. Having the opportunity to race with my dad and my brothers has been great the last 2 seasons, and that was something that we wanted to continue to do. So being able to do that here at Tasca Racing with Ford Racing and Motorcraft, PPG, all the great partners that we have, has really been a lot of fun, and it's been great to get to know the Tasca family. We share a lot of, the same outlook on life and being a family and, racing in general. So his family's got a huge legacy in racing as well as mine does. So the Procks, we've raced professionally since 1930 all the way to today. So, it's definitely been a fun ride. And when we start winning more and more, it's going to be even better.
I'm always curious, too, because you mentioned, obviously, racing's been in your blood. You probably knew you were going to do this at a young age. But when you first go 300 miles an hour down a track, do you remember that feeling? What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, I remember vividly the first time I stood on the gas in a Nitro Funny Car. And as soon as I did it, I was hooked. There was no better feeling than that. And, I've gotten the opportunity to do it for the last few years in a Nitro Funny Car. And, the success obviously makes it even a little bit sweeter.
Let's talk about, because we talked about this before we got on set here. You're from, I guess you're born in Indiana. You grew up in Lansing, Michigan. So Norwalk's kind of like a home track for you, right?
Yeah, a little bit. This is one of the closer ones on tour that, we drive to. We don't have to fly to. So a lot of the wives, the girlfriends, the family members, they always come out to this race. So winning here, the Winter Circle celebration is always just a little bit sweeter because you do have your loved ones surrounding you, here at the race weekend.
Let's say, does that add pressure, motivation, both, when you know your whole family's going to be there this weekend?
I don't think it adds any pressure or motivation. It's just, if you do win, it's just a bigger, better celebration, it seems like. So, I'm blessed that I get to race with my family each weekend, and I have, a big chunk of my family with me each weekend. So when you can get the friends out there in the Winter Circle, it's really cool.
Absolutely. And obviously behind him right now, this is actually the car you're going to be racing this weekend in Norwalk. Tell me about this car.
Yeah, this is our new Ford Racing Mustang Dark Horse. It's very unique looking. It definitely catches everyone's attention, not having a big logo on the side of it. But when the header flames are 13 feet, up out of the side, you can't see the logo anyways.
Yeah, so I mean, is this car you've raced before, I imagine? Or?
Yeah, we've ran it a few times this year. We have 3 different schemes that we run. We run the Ford Racing scheme, a Motorcraft quick lane scheme, and then a PPG scheme. So the rest of the remainder of the year, we're in the Ford Racing and the Motorcraft colors, 2 of my favorite looking race cars. So excited to get after it this weekend.
You look good, you race good, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. I do want to touch on, because you have 2 rings on you. I imagine these are your world champion rings. Just how cool is it, obviously, to be able to voice that and show, what you've been able to accomplish already in your career?
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, NHRA does a great job designing these rings, and it definitely, puts a little pep in your step when you get to walk around with some bling on your hand. So the only thing I wish I had 3 more to fill it.
Yeah, well, hopefully you can get another. Actually, can you show that to the camera? I want to see camera 2 here. Get a look at these rings, hopefully. Yeah, look at that. That is awesome. Do they weigh a lot? I mean,
yeah, they are actually pretty heavy. I'll let you throw them on after.
Okay, there you go. And lastly, for me, I mean, like you mentioned, obviously a lot of excitement going into this weekend. You mentioned obviously winning here before carries with it an extra added level of excitement for you. Just what are you hoping? You mentioned qualifying number 1, getting another win, defending your title. But what experience-wise are you hoping to get out of this weekend?
Well, with us being a new team and building a new package, we just need every bit of data that we can gather right now, and going up and down the racetrack and not losing traction and smoking the tires is huge right now. So when you can make a full pull, the more consistently that we can do that, the quicker we're going to get better. And that's what we're looking forward to. So, like I said, the race car's starting to run good enough to turn on win lights, and I've been driving good enough to, make that combination lethal.
I apologize. I hadn't seen that video before. Was that your win last year? Or
that was my win earlier this year in Maryland. That was our first win with this new team.
Okay.
So
that's awesome.
You can see the excitement of the crew guys standing behind me when that win light came on.
Yeah, that was a great start too.
Yeah, it was a good race start to finish for that PPG Mustang.
Look at that. Well, hopefully you guys can replicate that type of
that's
celebration.
About the greatest feeling in the world right there.
That is awesome. Well, I appreciate the time, Austin. Again, if you guys are out in Norwalk this weekend, be sure to check out Austin while he races. He'll be qualifying tomorrow and Saturday, and then obviously, hopefully, bringing home another title for you guys on Sunday. I appreciate the time, Austin. Again, Austin Prock here, 2-time reigning Funny Car World Champion. Be sure to catch him there at Norwalk for the Summit Nationals this weekend in Norwalk, Ohio.